Well, I thought we really did a nice job of, battling a lot of at-bats and really got their pitch counts up and, put together some long at-bats, a lot of full count, a lot of foul balls. And we ended up walking, I think, 9 times, struck out 6, took advantage of a couple errors and got a few big hits. Obviously, we had the beginning where we scored 7 runs. Most of those were scored with 2 outs. And got a little lucky there. The ball Martin hit the bag, or the inning's over, and then, Kerstead ends up driving in two more runs, and just some tough at bats. And then on the pitching side, I thought our pitchers did a good job. I think we walked 2 and struck out 12. I think we used 5 freshmen and a sophomore, so gave us a chance to rest our arms for the weekend. We had a couple of the older guys down there just in case if we needed them, but fortunately we scored some runs and gave us an opportunity to relax a little bit and feel a little bit better about getting some of these young left-handers on the mound.
If you go back to Southern Cal, what can you say about the stretch that you've had with 2-out hitting? Because most of your runs have come with 2 outs in an inning.
Yeah, we did that out there. It seemed like maybe the first game we scored most of our runs, and the first weekend we scored a lot of runs with 2 outs. And it was a little frustrating in the first inning tonight. We didn't come through with the big hit. I think we had a run out in with 1 out, and we ended up loading the bases. And we have an infield fly, and I don't remember how we did the third out, but that with 1 out, runner on third, you got to get a runner in, and that was really frustrating because I felt like we had their lefty on the ropes. He might not have made it out of that inning if we got a hit and broke that thing open. But we've done a pretty good job this year finding a way to make contact and drive in runs with 2 outs, and hopefully that'll continue.
It seems like Jack Kinley's been doing it a lot for you.
Yeah, he got 2 big hits on the West Coast, and then obviously another one tonight that with 2 outs got the base hit up the middle that gave us the lead, and then after that I think we hit another 5 or 6 guys, kept her scoring runs, pretty much got the game in our where we felt like we were in control, and his was the big swing of the night.
I feel your speed really had an effect on the game as far as
I think it bothered them. They were real concerned about us running, and they threw the lefties at us, so you're gambling a little bit every now and then with the balk type moves that are usually out there, and it's just harder to run on them. But we did a pretty good job of picking and choosing, and took advantage of some guys that weren't real quick to the plate, and kept getting runners in scoring position. And I think that the speed definitely bothered him and probably led to an error or 2.
How do you think Trey Harris handled his first start today?
He had some really good at-bats. He had 2 walks. I know he didn't get a hit. In his last at-bat, his 5th at-bat, he worked full count, and then he chased a changeup that was about ankle high, and tried to check his swing. He showed me some pretty good plate discipline, really, taking those walks, and he hadn't seen any live pitching. I mean, he's seen, I think he's had 2 or 3 live at bats in the indoor facility. I mean, that's his first time out here on a baseball field, since the Christmas break, and because of the 2 injuries. So, he's probably disappointed, but I saw some good things, and he just needs some time.
What did that little lefty do to keep y'all off balance in the second through the 5th?
I don't know how many balls we hit off the end of the bat. I mean, you think about it, I would say 6 or 7 balls we hit off the end of the bat, and some of them we hit pretty good. But if we catch them down a little more in the sweet spot, they go into the gap or out of the park, and he kept running it away from us, and then he'd throw the change up, and he kept everything down, and he did a nice job. I don't know. Our guys felt like they were on him, and then they pulled off just a little bit.
Can you kind of highlight the young pitchers a little bit, how you thought they did?
Well, I thought Wicklander came out and gave us a couple, 3 good innings, worked himself out of a jam, got 4 strikeouts. Monk comes in and strikes out the side after hitting the first batter. So that was good to see. And, with Caden, it's not all about velocity. He's got tremendous movement on his fastball. It just cuts all over the place. It's hard to square it up, and they didn't. And then, Burton, who's gotten off to a little bit of a rough start, it was good to see him get through that inning. And then Evan Taylor, it seemed like he just kept going 3-2 on the hitters, but he ended up striking out the side as well. He he's throwing the ball 92, 93 miles an hour on a 35-degree night. He's got a big arm, and sometimes it gets away from him a little bit, but he's got a really good breaking ball. You saw when they were swinging out of it, when it was coming out of his hand, they didn't recognize it. But it was good to see him to be able to get a couple of strikeouts on 3-2 counts, and then Liam Henry, gets the first guy out on it. Actually hit the ball at the end of the bat, and then they bring a freshman in his first college swing, he hits a home run. So something he'll never forget, and I'm sure Liam will never forget it. But he bounced back and got us a couple outs, and it's good to see.
Dave, I don't think we're going to get you before Stony Brook. Could you talk about your pitching plans and what you know of them?
Yeah. Well, the pitching plans will be, looks like Campbell will go game 1. I think we're going to go ahead and go with Scroggins game 2 on Friday. And probably go with Nolan. We'll go with Nolan on Saturday. Or if we play Friday, Saturday, Sunday, which we're trying to figure that out right now. So, which we'll be able to tell you more in the morning, but I just have a gut feeling that something like that could happen, but we don't know yet. But if we go regular, then it might be Nolan on game 2, and then Cody game 3. But if not, we want Nolan to throw on Saturday, just rest-wise. So, and then as far as Stony Brook, this will be their 3rd weekend in a row to travel. We don't know a whole lot about them. We just know that, they play good baseball. And they went down to Florida opening weekend, and I think they beat Florida International twice. Tough beating a team from, I think, the Miami area, who's had some really good recruiting classes the last couple of years. They beat them 2 out of 3 at their own place. So it'll be a big challenge for us.